Live from the Dunkin Latte Lounge.
Hi, I'm Maris, and this is my song, Was It a Dream, acoustically. Where did you go? I can't find you anymore. Left me alone with all this time and space I never asked you for. Hard and fast, burn too quick. You never called except to quit. Tell me, was it a dream? Did I make believe? I just wanna put my heart in your hands again. Was it a dream? Who you were to me? I wanna believe we were more than just pretend. Was it, oh, ah, was it, oh, I'm on my own. I wanted more from moments you held me, kept me close. Turning to stone. I keep on waiting, trying to take back what you stole. Hard and fast, burn too quick. You never called except to quit. Tell me, oh, was it a dream? Did I make believe? I just wanna put my heart in your hands again. Was it a dream? Who you were to me? Oh, I wanna believe we were more than just pretend. Was it, oh, ah, was it, oh, was it, oh? I'm so nostalgic, I think I've lost it. Remember how you touched me in the light. You broke your promise, said you'd still want me. You left me sitting pretty cold as ice. Was it a dream? Did I make believe? Yeah, I just wanna put my heart in your hands again. Was it a dream? Who you were to me? I wanna believe we were more than just pretend. Was it, oh yeah, baby. Oh, ooh, was it, oh, 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 was it, oh, was it, oh. Thank you, I lost my shit at the end a little bit. Thank you. It is hot under these. Thank you so much.
Hey, yo, what up? I'm Josh Martinez inside our Dunkin Latte Lounge with our guest, Maris. What's going on, girl?
Just hanging out. Happy
So-
to be in New York, honestly.
It's the greatest city on the planet. That's
It
why.
is.
In fact, your song Crashland, you said it was a quote-unquote ode to New York City.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I lived in New York for 3 years before COVID. I'm
Okay.
from Montana originally, so when I moved to New York, it was like a complete shock, and I got to meet so many people.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Montana to New York?
Yeah. It's like the same thing. It was like my own backyard. But yeah, so moving to New York, it was like kind of parallel to the relationship I was in at the time, where, here the highs are high and the lows are low. Like when it's, I was about to say a bad word. When it's bad.
Fuck.
Oh,
Go
nice.
on.
Okay. When it's fucked up, it's really fucked up, and when it's amazing, it's like the best thing in the entire world. And I noticed the parallels between the relationship I was in at the time and my relationship with New York, that it'd be like this. And I would go way up high, and then I would crash land back down. And every time I would still hold on to this person that I was in a relationship with. So.
Toxic is the word that we're looking for. This sounds very
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah.
I think every New Yorker will sit there and go that they have a toxic relationship
with New York.
with the
100%.
city itself.
Yes.
There are things that you love, there are things that you hate.
Yeah.
And it could literally happen at any moment's notice, where your day could be better or ruined. Within a 10-second span of someone randomly complimenting you on the train or puking next to you, which happened the other day on the train with me.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. Although, no, it worked out, and here's why it worked out for me. I realize there's a lot of people that just don't want to be around vomit.
Oh,
so I had the whole
seat.
Bruh, I had the whole half a cart to myself.
Nice.
And it didn't smell.
And you had your clothespin. So
it didn't even smell. So I was just like, it's not on my sneakers. I'm chilling. And everybody
those are
was
nice.
I know. I'm kidding. Actually, I'm not. These are nice sneakers.
Yeah, they are.
You do have lyrics. Back of a car I can't afford.
Yes.
Shout out to Uber XL is what I'm thinking.
Not XL. I'm talking Lyft shared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your favorite part about living in New York City, though?
Oh, I think it's just really hard to, feel sorry for yourself here. Like, I used to work in market research. I was like an assistant, so I would go get coffees, like stacks of Starbucks, like walking through Midtown. And even if I was on the train at 5 a.m. to get to my shift by 6, I would look around and see other people doing exactly the same thing, or sometimes worse. I know that they're going to a worse job than mine, and so it's hard to feel sorry for yourself. I live in LA now, and it's very easy to stay in your bubble. I feel like you're feeling, my life is terrible. And you get in your car and you're like, oh my God, there's traffic and my life is terrible. And then you go to a session and you talk about how terrible your life is. It's very easy to like stay in that headspace. And here it's just, you're constantly around people and constantly reminded of humanity, that it's like, oh, I'll get through it. The worst thing in the world could happen in this city is still moving. So I love that. And the pace is more my style too.
Literally 2 days after the vomit situation on the train, a woman passed out. Friday night, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God.
No one cared. Old girl just dropped, and everyone was like,
no one cared?
No one cared.
My understanding thus far has been like, people stick up for other people here.
Yeah, but when you passed out, there's nothing to stick up for. It's like, she's going to come to, and then I was the only one that like helped her up eventually, gave her my seat, and then just sat there like, you good? She was like, yeah, I think so. She wasn't.
No, she wasn't good.
But she got off the train, and somebody helped her off the train, and my job was done.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? That was my good deed for the week, baby.
Good
That's
deed.
how we do. So where did you live when you lived in New York City?
I was in Crown Heights.
Okay.
Yeah, well, first I was in Bushwick. Accidentally, I was in an old folks home. It was a whole thing. But then I moved to Crown Heights, and I got to live with like two of the best people in the world. So.
Now, you mentioned that, like, if you have a bad day in LA, how do you kind of run through it, if you will? Living in Montana, New York City, LA, traveling now on tour, who do you turn to when you're kind of having a mental health day, if you will?
Probably most often, unfortunately for them, my mom and my little brother are like they always got me. So they took shifts. I took last spring, I toured Europe with the band Postmodern Jukebox as like a jazz vocalist. And my mom and my little brother took shifts taking crisis FaceTimes from me because it was so overwhelming. But so definitely my mom and my little brother.
Is there a bit of advice or something that either one of them told you that like immediately snapped things into perspective that quickly? Or
Well, my little brother is always just like, dude, think about where you were a year ago. And like think back to how stuck you felt then and like how much progress you've made since. Because I can kind of be a little anal and be like, I always need to be doing stuff. And if I have too much free time, I go a little bit nuts. So he's always reminding me like, just think about how much progress you've made in this amount of time. And kind of brings me back down to earth and makes me feel a little more chill.
So growing up in Montana, I'm sure there wasn't that much artistry around you, like in school and such.
No. I mean, well, we definitely don't have, I'm super jealous of people that grow up in cities with like specialized schools for things, because we just had, by district where you live. But I'm from Missoula, which is kind of like a little hippie town. So we have great artists and like a pretty cool art scene and a lot of galleries and a lot of local music and stuff. But as far as like, I was like a pseudo theater kid. Like I liked some stuff, but I wasn't like in all of it. It was pretty good, but we definitely had to like work for our funding, if that's is that what you mean?
Just in general, who inspired you?
Oh man, well, I go through obsessive phases, but I love Amy. Winehouse, obviously.
Yes.
I call her Amy. It's just, I'm joking.
It's fine. I was actually, I brought up, I was talking to a friend, and you don't realize how many people you hate in life till you mess around talking about baby names.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I brought up Valerie because I love the song so much.
Yeah.
But there was a girl named Val that I didn't like in high school. So if I ever make the mistake of having a daughter, it won't be Val.
Hey, I like Valerie. Don't be shitting on Valerie. What did you ask
Amy
me?
Winehouse. Who inspired you? Who inspired you?
Oh,
Who inspired you?
My all-time favorite artist that I just think I look up to in so many ways is definitely Bruno Mars. Just like dancing, singing. When I'm not holding a guitar, I'm like moving around a lot. So dancing, singing, writing, overall showmanship. Yeah, I love Bruno Mars.
There's a reason why Bruno Mars is one of the most talented people on the planet. It's because he's under 5'8" and half Puerto Rican, and those are the people that are the best on the planet and the most talented.
100%. Are you Puerto Rican?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Now, with these Air Maxes, I'm 5'8", although if I take them off, it's a different... Is today the first day of spring, or is that tomorrow? Short King Spring is officially here. Yes, we out here. Nice. Leave me alone. False Idol, 80s music video. Why did you take that approach?
Oh, well, so basically, I've been dreaming of doing a visual EP for a really, really long time. Every time I listen to music and I know a song is going to be something that I want to put out, if I listen back to it and I can see the movie in my head. And so it's been a big dream come true to be able to, I co-directed it with Caro Knapp, who is an incredible, incredible artist. I'm inspired by a lot of 80s things, as you can probably tell just by listening and seeing, but also Hot Rod is one of my favorite movies of all time, as well as Napoleon Dynamite. So I was like, False Idol to me is a way for me to step back from putting people on pedestals and thinking whatever they say is the truth just because they say it. And my little brother's a personal trainer, and so I was kind of making fun of personal trainers too, and putting on the fake mustache and being 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was gonna be my next question. Why the stash?
Oh, because I feel like people have done the hot girl aerobics thing before. I think it's been done. I have never seen it done with fake mustache on, so I kind of thought it would be a nice way to add my twist on something that I think is cool and sexy, but yeah, also, I just my personality is, I just like shit like that, so I just want to put mustaches on everybody.
That's literally what we do here. We just put mustaches on all of ourselves just for funsies.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I was going to bring some business cards, because I made for the shows. I made business cards that say, be your own idol, and then I stapled a bunch of fake mustaches to them, and they have a QR code on the back. I've been handing them out at shows, and I should have brought some, but...
You know what you should get velvet sheets and cut mustaches and hand that out at shows.
But then they're not sticky.
Fuck it.
What's the adhesive though?
Give people tape and tell them to just double-side it yourself. It's arts and crafts with Maris.
And then 10 years down the line, it's if Maris ever gave you a mustache, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Hey, we'll worry about that later. Tattoos.
Yeah.
I see. What's up with your tattoos?
Well.
How many do you have?
I have. Wait, let's see. Hold on. I have 2 here that I gave myself, and then I have this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. I have one, a wave right here.
Got it. So that's 6, 7?
5, 6, 7, yes.
Which is your first?
The first? Oh, geez. Oh, the first was this one. Yeah.
Buggin'.
Well, no, the thing about it was everybody in my life, I'm pretty sensitive. Everybody in my life was oh, you're going to pass out, you're going to cry, all these things. And I was like, really? And then I went and I got it on my sternum, and I actually was laughing through the whole thing. So I thought it would be worse than it was. Probably the worst one, honestly, I have a shooting star and a little house on my knee that I did on myself, stick and poke. And that was pretty challenging because it's, poking yourself. But this one didn't hurt that bad.
Numbing cream. Have you ever thought about numbing cream for your tattoos?
No.
See.
Mama didn't raise no...
I guess I'm a whole bitch because I have used numbing cream and I have sat there for 4.5 hours, painless. Chilling. You hear me? So you're currently on tour.
Yes.
What's been your favorite city so far?
We've only had 2 shows thus far. I got to play New York, which is just a dream come true. DC went pretty crazy. People in DC were really stoked, and I heard some people singing along, which was really cool. And people came up to me to my merch stand after and were I've been following you on Twitter for, all that kind of stuff. So that was pretty amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to probably Seattle, because my whole family is going to drive from Montana to Seattle.
How long is that drive?
I don't know. Probably like 6 hours.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
I'm going to be honest. I'm sure a lot of people say this. We don't know where Montana is. I know it's like kind of Pacific Northwest, but like...
Oh, yeah. It's
Sorry?
It's under Canada, right? And
I knew that.
It's like, I think it's like Washington, and then there's like Idaho, and then there's Montana, I think. But
I know College Game Day went out there for the Montana State football game last season, and y'all were crazy for that game. So it was a huge rivalry, and that's why like the national ESPN showed up.
Yeah.
And I remember that, like, wow, Montana people are real.
Montana people are real, and they're awesome.
Well, clearly.
Don't be stepping on Montana people.
I would love to go to Montana. I've always said, no lie, Montana and Idaho are like the 2 states I want to visit, and they're next. I know that they're by each other.
Yes.
To just see what's there. Which sounds silly, but like when you're from a big city like New York City.
So you're from here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Born and raised.
All right.
Brooklyn. I did time in Iowa, which was a huge big deal, a shock.
You did time?
That's what I call it, 'cause that's what it felt like.
Oh.
But I was doing radio there for 4 years, but that's what it felt like. When you're a Puerto Rican kid from Brooklyn and you go to Des Moines, Iowa, Tinder was popping because I was a unicorn, basically.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I figured Montana probably doesn't have that many.
How'd you get there?
I just got a job. That's how I started my radio career. It was Des Moines.
Nice. Okay. I worked at a radio station too.
Did you really?
When I was 14, I was like under the table being paid, but I did.
What did you do?
Affidavits.
Oh, you were one of those. It's like the work. It's like one of the most.
I just needed a job though, and I thought it'd be cool to work in radio.
Why'd you not pursue radio?
Because I was doing affidavits, and I hated it, so.
I can promise you that radio is one of the coolest jobs on the planet.
Well, maybe, if music doesn't work out, I'll walk right in these doors. I'll be like.
You come back.
Yeah.
Actually, or you could be the first artist that has like a full-time radio show and a career.
Yeah,
in
I do have a
music.
podcast called Mixtape for You. That's kind of a radio show.
Okay, what do you like to discuss on your podcast?
Well, I'm obsessed with music. So I just basically, I make playlists for like different vibes. So I did like for Halloween, I did a Halloween playlist. For the New Year, I did like all the songs I'm listening to get me in the New Year mode. And then I kind of just like talk about why I love them so much. So, yeah.
The first time, fun fact. First time I ever put together a playlist, I called it a boot knocking playlist. I was 16 years old, and I just kind of thought these are the songs that I should play. Yeah, it was on Windows Media Player because I'm old. It was a fun playlist that never got used. But anyway, you are a fan of music. If you had the opportunity to sit in a Dunkin for an hour with any one artist, dead or alive, to just pick their brain for a full 60 minutes, who are you kicking it with?
I mean, I already said Bruno as my favorite, so I feel like I should probably choose another favorite. Oh, I'm going to say Michael Bolton.
Really?
Tell me how am I? I love Michael Bolton.
I know that song. You sounded really good, by the way.
Thank you.
I know that song from Saved by the Bell, which is so random.
Yeah. I know that song because I love Michael Bolton.
What was your opinion when he was on, was it The Masked Singer, right?
I don't watch any TV shows. I have like How Am I Supposed to Live Without You is a song that I just play over and over and over again and sing because I love it so much. But also Hercules Go the Distance, his version of that is what turned me on to Michael Bolton. And then now I don't follow like TV shows or anything, but I didn't see him on that. But.
Michael Bolton. We'll try to make that work out for you.
That'd be great.
I think he lives in Connecticut or something. I can't. Him and Connecticut are coming together for some reason, and I don't really know why.
Well, I trust you, so
there you go.
Look that up for me if you could.
There you go. I got just for you. One more time, Maris, inside of our Dunkin' Latte Lounge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Live from the Dunkin' Latte Lounge.